About a stadium event is very simple. Most of the Christians who have a problem with Christian events and stadiums, ironically go see sporting events and drink an inordinate amount of alcohol that's overpriced in stadiums and doesn't see a problem with it. Some of those same Christians will buy their kids tickets, thousands of dollars to see Taylor Swift, but then won't wake their butt up out of the bed and make them go to the local church where there's no admission. I believe there's a mantle for stadiums for apostolic leaders to make a statement that Taylor Swift is not the only one that's reaching Gen Z, that God is going to reach them too. Sometimes we've got to get together and do this thing, and it requires a pilgrimage. If you were Muslim, you would go all the way to Mecca one time in your life, but a Christian won't go to Chicago. I rebuke you. The thing about a stadium,
I want to show you guys how much these tickets cost. You see, some are $27.95, but when I click on this switch to map option, we're going to see the map here of the seats that are still available and seats that are already up for resale. So if I click on the one up here for resale, we're going to see here that the price for the resale is $238.50 per ticket. Okay. And this is more towards the front. Okay. If we go over here towards the side, we see that this specific section is $83.48 per ticket. Those are resale tickets. Okay. So if we don't want to talk about resale tickets, let's go ahead and click on the blue, if it permits me to. There we go. $43.40. $43.40. We see $60.25. We see $43.40. $43.40. $60.25. You see all the way in the back, $27.95. $60.25. Okay. We see, let's see what else. $76.32 for some resale tickets. Okay. Now obviously I'm not going to be able to click on the gray spots where tickets have already been sold and they're not up for resale just yet. Okay. Now, last year, Breakers Conference, Mike was telling everyone we tried to make them as affordable as possible, because his big thing is the same as now. Well, you'll go to a football game, or you'll go to a Taylor Swift conference and you'll pay all this money, but you won't do it here. Now, let me show you another another conference, that Christians are going to go to, and they're not going to have to pay. Okay, so let's do this. So 2819 is going to be having their conference called Access at the State Farm Arena, October 12th, 2025. Okay, right here. So I'm going to click on this. It's going to go to TikTok. What the enemy meant for evil. And as we see here, Access 2819 Church, October 12th at 5 p.m. No ticket needed. On behalf of 2819 Church, we want to welcome you to a powerful gathering of prayer. We have taken on the cost tickets to ensure thousands can make it into the arena to unify in prayer for our family, friends, city, nation, and the world. But you do have to register. All right? Here we go. State Farm Arena.
That God's house is going to be a house of prayer when we take over State Farm Arena for access. Watch. I said in October of this year, we're going to take over State Farm Arena local disciples, digital disciples, packed in to State Farm Arena, crying out to God in prayer, crying out for our families, crying out for the nations, crying out for souls, crying out for the world. And when we take over that arena, we ain't taking over that arena with no celebrities on the platform. The only celebrity that's going to be on the platform that day is going to be the Lord Jesus.
Isn't that wonderful? So it is possible to have a conference with thousands upon thousands upon thousands of Christians praying and it not cost anyone to be there. So V1 Church and Mike Signorelli, instead of charging people to go in the quote-unquote presence of the Lord and to quote-unquote receive their deliverance, why don't you take up the cost of the stadium? All of it, including the tickets. And in reference to the resale tickets being costly so much, now we don't know how much those original tickets were. I'm sure they weren't cheap. But to prevent the upsell of any ticket at resale price would be to take up the cost of the whole conference and not selling tickets. But what can you get out of not selling tickets? You're not going to get any money.
But a Christian won't go to Chicago. I rebuke you.